In order to subscribe to my channel, please click here or click here. Please share, comment and like my videos and channel. Hello guys, welcome back to SaaS with ServiceNow. This is second series of ServiceNow 4 minutes video for developers. In this series, we will learn about ServiceNow and JIRA integration. As a developer or ServiceNow implementer, you must have got some requirements from a customer or clients where you need to integrate both the systems, ServiceNow and JIRA System. And that is also unidirectional. Because if I talk about bidirectional, then you definitely need JIRA developers as well so that they can do those development in their system to trigger the outbound call. But let's say your customer just want you to perform the development and perform this whole integration. Now, I already have a video where I have posted about ServiceNow and JIRA integration. And I have shown that how you can integrate both the systems. Now, how this series is different from that particular video. Basically, in this series, I will be showing you the application which I have developed to perform this integration. It's a totally separate scoped application which has more advanced features, more dynamic features, and I'm sure you will definitely like those features because I have created a dynamic application. Basically, you can also perform configuration for different kind of conditions. So it's totally separate. So it's not just a ServiceNow and JIRA integration. It is about an application which you can develop and make things dynamic for your customer and clients. They can onboard any task, be it incident, be it story, be it change, any task record in your ServiceNow system you want to integrate with JIRA. That is something we can do with this dynamic application. And that is also one-time implementation and then completely configurable. You can definitely add more features on top of that. That's totally up to you how exactly you want to design the application, what kind of features you want to add to your application. So starting with the first lesson of this series, and that will be application walkthrough. So I have already developed this application. You can say I was just working like a small personal project in my personal developer instance. So I was just trying to create this application because I just got an idea that why don't I create an application specifically for JIRA? And that's what I created. So in this video, I'm going to demo that application first. So I'm not going to show you the coding, the exact coding, but as I mentioned, this is a whole series. So in further videos, you will be seeing that how exactly you can create. So if you want to create similar kind of application, you can absolutely do that. Just keep watching my channel videos and just keep watching the whole series, which I will be uploading in further days. Basically, that's something you will see. And then you will be able to create your own application for your customers and clients. And that is also dynamic. So let's go to my personal developer instance. So this is my personal developer instance. Now this is ServiceNow instance, and I'm going to show you another instance, that is JIRA instance. Now this is my JIRA instance. Now, as I mentioned, I'm not going to talk about technicality or scripting or coding, how I created the application. I'm just going to give you the demo that what are the features of this application we have, what features I have added. And then in further videos, you will be seeing how exactly you can create similar kind of application and you can integrate with ServiceNow. So ServiceNow and JIRA overall. So if I go to my ServiceNow instance, so as I mentioned, I have created the scoped application. So the name of the application I mentioned as JIRA Connect. Now this is the application. I just chosen the name, so that's what I selected, JIRA Connect. Now you can see we have some of the modules over here. Now what are these modules? Why exactly I need these modules? Isn't it like direct integration? Because if you will see my another video, which you will see in the description as well, it's quite straightforward that how you can integrate. Here we will talk about each and every configuration, each and every step, how you can achieve that integration, how you can make more dynamic. Maybe you can add more features. Maybe you can add more than me. Whatever features I have added, you can add on top of that as well. You just need to understand the baseline, how you can do that, and then I'm sure you will be able to implement or create best application for your customers or clients. So let's start with the application first. So if you will see here, we are starting with the JIRA actions. If I click here, you will see some rackets over here. Now this is kind of configurable. Now what I'm doing, I'm just trying to create some actions. That what kind of actions we can basically make or we can do in JIRA system. What kind of actions I want. So for example, you can see we have these three as true right now. This one is false. I can also make it true. So for example, here we have create issue. We have create JIRA. Now this one is not working, so I have not, because I was just trying to maybe add more features, but I disabled it right now. But if I talk about these three, you can see we have create JIRA. That means it will create JIRA in another system if I will have this action. This is create task. If I want to create task in my own system, that means in ServiceNow instance. Now this is update task. That means if I want to update it. So you might get these kind of requirements that, hey, I just want to create JIRA in JIRA system. That's it. I don't want to create these rackets from JIRA system. Okay, that's fine. Make it true. Then you don't have to do anything. This will work without any issue. But if you can get some requirements in which customer wants to create task rackets as well. That means you fetch the data directly from JIRA system and create task. Maybe it's a incident. Maybe it's a story, it's change record, problem record, whatever any other task, basically that is something you can do with this particular configuration. Now let's go to the second table we have. So second module overall, here we have mapping. Now you can also do mapping. That means these are attributes mapping. So for example, which field of JIRA you want to map what field of ServiceNow. Now you can see description, I have description over here. So you can just map the fields, and that is also configurable. Maybe I have not added all the features, but that is something overall my goal is to have these mappings so that system basically with the help of this intelligence automatically thinks, okay, which field I have to map, and then populate the data accordingly. And here you can also mention the task type, because for example, for a story, you might have different mappings. For incident, you might need some different mappings. That's the reason you can select task type as well. You can select the table for what table you want, what kind of attribute mapping. So this is JIRA attributes mapping. So if I go to the next one, JIRA instances. Now this is also one of the important table. For example, if your organization has maybe multiple instances, that might happen. Maybe you have different vendors who has a different JIRA system. Maybe you want to fetch that data, you want to have to integrate. You can utilize this as well. As of now, in this application, I have not used that. I have still used it as configurable, but I will show you. But I have not used this JIRA instance table yet. But I think overall you can use it, because it's really important that you understand the baseline, you understand the logic behind it. So that is what you can make it configurable. And then if I go to the next one, which is the important piece as well, here you can see we have added the action. Here you can see we have added groups, and then this JIRA instance. Now this is my JIRA instance. Now you can configure any JIRA instance as per your requirement. So here you can see project as well. So if I give you an example, let's say your customer says that, hey, whenever somebody creates an incident and it is assigned to maybe a career app development team. So what exactly system should do? System should automatically create story here. or maybe in this case, if I'm assigning to network cab managers or application security, system should create JIRA in JIRA system. And that means, but that condition should only be triggered when it is being created in incident. And what type of basically JIRA you want to create? It should be story. That's something you can mention over here. And in which project, because in JIRA you have multiple projects. So you can also tag project. If I will create similar, like I will add a JIRA, I will add a group, and I will add the instance, but the project and task type will be different. It can create in different way as well. For different table, I can keep the same incident as well, but it will just do for that particular group. So you can segregate the groups as well. That's how you can make it configurable. Similarly, it can work for story table. It can work for any task type table as well. And that's what you can see over here. And we can also update the task. We can create the task as well. That means if you want to create some task directly when there is a record created in JIRA system. So here you can see you can create the record in story table. That is what you can configure over here. So this is how this overall configuration works, and overall integration would work. So you don't have to write further codings. The application I have created, it's overall, I would say, configurable. So I just need to change these, I would say, these URLs, because I have to remove this slash, because I want to show you the live demo as well, that how exactly it is working. So I will just remove this. That's it. And I will refresh this. Now what I will do, I will create an incident just to show you that how it is creating basically a JIRA record in this same project. So if I come over here, if I show you the project, maybe you can see I have this project. If I come over here, the project is SaaS, capital SaaS. And if I come over here, I have project. So you can see the basically project key is SaaS, and this SaaS story is SS. So we here basically you need to put the key. So here we have SaaS, and I just select over here. And if I go to issues right now, you can see we have these basically 7 records. Like you can see till SaaS 7, I have this JIRA created. Now what I will do, I will come over here. Now the condition is if incident will have any of these group, it will create JIRA in this project. And this is for incident, not for any other table. And that is also type will be as story. So what I will do, I will just go to incident and I will go to new. In the meantime, I will also go to my application. Another important piece before I create the record is transactions. And I really liked it, guys. I think you will also like it, because that's what I think when I was thinking about the application. I thought, why don't I track the transactions, because I can use those transactions for other purpose as well, right? Creating the record in my own system. And you will see, you will definitely love that transactions thought, I would say. So here we have JIRA transactions. Now what exactly this table or module is, basically it is tracking all the inbound and outbound going and into between these two systems that is being tracked. How we are tracking it? Let me go to this module first. So you can see here, we are tracking all the transactions, incoming, outgoing. It will also show you which task it got created, or maybe from which task it triggered the event. That is also you can see. Even you can see the payload. If it is incoming, what payload we got. If it is outgoing, what payload which was sent to the JIRA system. That is something you can see. So just see over here, we have 139 records. I will refresh it again so that you can see the live example. So here we have 139 records. If I go over here and I just do test for maybe series 2 demo, and if I have to select the same assignment group basically. So if I go to ServiceNow mappings, So I have this network cab manager. So what I will do, I will just select maybe network cab managers. That's it. And I will just save it. So incident is created. Now, do you think it will create a JIRA record in JIRA system? And answer is yes. Absolutely. You can see here, it created the JIRA automatically in this JIRA instance. And that is also, guys, configurable. I didn't do anything. It just doing automatically. Let me show you the transaction as well. That's an important piece, I would say. And if I refresh it, I'm sure it should be 141. Yes. So this was outgoing. It is showing you from which incident it was triggered. And here it is showing you that which incident it also basically updated. Now, if I open this transaction, now this is incoming transaction. It is also showing you the status code that yes, it basically updated something. And here basically it is showing you from which instance, from which action it got created. And here is the payload we got. And if I go here, this was the outgoing. And if I click on this, you can see we basically sent this payload. When we were creating the JIRA, we were basically sending this payload. And if I go back, I'm just getting the response. And this is what I got from my another instance, that is JIRA instance. This is something I got as part of the payload. So you can see it is just updating the records. Now, did it update something? My answer is yes. If I go to maybe list of incident, so if I maybe type over here incident.list, and if I do that, and you can see we have this correlation ID automatically updated. This is what you can update. So I have already added that it should always update the correlation ID. And that is what you can do as well. So it's totally up to you. When you will see the scripting part, you can definitely add more components, more elements, more features on top of that. So that's how you can overall do this integration. And this is the whole application which you can make a configurable, a dynamic application, so that you don't have to do coding every time you have to onboard maybe a new table, new table or task table in your ServiceNow system for this JIRA integration.